Hi, today I'm here with Rosemary Lokhorst, producer of the app Shadow's Edge. What is the goal of the game of Shadow's Edge?
The goal of Shadow's Edge is to help teens and young adults process emotions when they're going through hard times. So it is a self-help mobile game. We find the most people that download our game are between 16 and 24.
What is the profile of a mostly teenager who's downloading the app?
It's quite broad. The game started out as a self-help game for people that have chronic or serious illnesses. So we still have a lot of players that have chronic illnesses like cancer or Lyme disease or diabetes. But since then, it's really widened a lot. And the situation we're in today with COVID has actually also supported that. Where now a lot of our players say that they feel stressed or anxious or they have, bouts of depression. They may or may not be clinically diagnosed, but they may just feel like they could use some emotional support, and that's who plays our game.
So if a parent is listening and thinks to themselves, I think my kid is the perfect kid to do this, but I'm not sure telling them there's a self-help app is going to be like the most enticing thing. Do you have any language for parents?
Sure. We do see that teens reach out online and want some additional support because we also get the impressions on the app stores. And so we see that they are looking for those kinds of search terms. But I do understand that if it comes from a parent, sometimes it can be tricky, right? So one of the ideas that our psychologist came up with is ask them for help, tell them to look at the game with you and ask for their opinion about it. The other thing you can do is to ask like a cool aunt or, a sister or a friend to see if they can recommend the game to the teen or the young adult.
What's the feedback you're getting from the teenagers who are using it?
We're getting fantastic feedback. We have over like 200 app store reviews that apart from some where we had bugs at the beginning, they're all very positive, which is great. Somebody recently wrote that especially now in these times, he's so glad that this game exists and it really helped him through isolation. And this is one of my favorite stories. A young girl that had depression for 4 years, and she had, first of all, a wait time of 4 months to get into therapy, but then also she only had therapy once a week and it just wasn't enough for her. And so she's been writing to us and saying that this is the perfect in-between step and that she discusses some of what she does in the game with a therapist and it's really helped her.
Wow, that's really compelling. Is there any community aspect to this game?
Absolutely. The game has two pieces to it. You have a narrative therapy based journaling journey to go through in the game, and then you also have a sharing component, and you do that by taking pictures of your world where you spray paint and then sharing that with others in the game. So while the journaling is private and we ask you things there about how you feel, your self-confidence, and give you also tips and tricks to improve those kinds of things, and we ask you there to really dig deep into yourself and find the strength within. We take you through that process of healing when something happens to you. The sharing part is a lot of times what the teens also say is very much a fun way to then take what you've learned from your journal and start discussing it with others. And so you can take a picture of your world, you put it in what we call Shadowgram, which is an Instagram within the game. And then you can say something with it, why you made what you made, why you created that painting. And you can share that with others. And others can also then give feedback, they can comment on it. And we run challenges with that as well. So we keep updating that part of the game as well.
And when you talk about journaling, is that happening inside the app?
It's all inside the application. So when you start, it's a city that's been hit by a storm. So you're taking on this storyline journey. And what you have to do is you have to find the pages of a missing journal that's been scattered through the storm throughout Shadow's Edge, the city. And as you start collecting those pages, they will have questions on them, much like you would have in a self-help book or in and around classical therapy. And there's a progression, natural progression in the game as well as we take you through the phases. A lot of these phases are a lot like the situation we've now had with COVID, where at the beginning, the storm has just hit, so life's been disrupted and all the streets are empty. And that's where you start out at. And your quest is to fill the city with words, with communication, with artistic expression to make it whole again, really, and give it meaning again.
Rosemary Lokhorst, producer of Shadow's Edge, thank you so much for being here with us.